That's mechanically amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
This is V and that's T. It's the same mechanism, but it's hitting at the... I thought that was going to be caps and lower caps. Hey everybody, Adam Savage, and I'm here with Daisy from the National Park Service Museum Conservation Lab. We're looking at some big machines today.
Yes.
What are these beauties?
So these are both Remington Noiseless Typewriters.
Noiseless?
Noiseless.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah. So they were both owned and used by Carl Sandburg, poet and famous Lincoln biographer.
Amazing.
Yeah. So these are owned by the Carl Sandburg Home National Historic Site.
Oh, and thus they fall under your guys' purview for restoration and conservation.
Mm-hmm. They've come here for a little love. There's many exciting things about these, but since we're already, have the name Carl Sandburg in our mouths, if you look at the space bar here, if you catch it.
Oh, the thumb imprint of all the years of boop, boop. Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So most of the vowels too are worn down, both shift keys.
The A is almost gone.
Yeah, so that really makes the cultural value of these typewriters really significant. They're really just cool objects, but like whenever you get to work closely with an object and see little details like that, it's really incredible.
I grew up in New York, and one of my favorite things about New York is Grand Central Station.
Okay. And
one of my favorite things in Grand Central are the stairs are visibly worn from footsteps over the last 120 years. And I think to myself, how many atoms of material is removed by every footfall? This is the same thing. How many different lines of poetry? Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, so that's a really wonderful detail. This one is the older model around the 1930s. That one is the newer model around the 50s.
Okay.
So
this saw a lot of action.
Yes.
This saw less action.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you guys doing with these right now?
So they are pretty, they've accumulated some like surface dust just in the little gears and mechanisms. They still, the mechanisms still flow pretty naturally, but there's just some gunk in there that we're gonna try to clean out. There's some corrosion kind of affecting the levers underneath the keys, and some dust in there, which they're pretty hard to take apart, harder to get back together.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, that was kind of my initial plan with these, but as soon as I loosened one screw that I knew I wasn't supposed to, things started moving, and I decided to go another route, which was to make some more specialized tools to get into the interstices.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Your goal isn't necessarily a perfectly functioning typewriter that is as new.
Exactly.
It is to merely stop whatever's inside here that could deteriorate it further?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I in one of the other videos we were shooting, I didn't know this, that mold can form on dust.
Oh yeah.
That you don't even need so you're trying to stop all of those kind of processes from happening.
Exactly, yeah. All kinds of things come along with dust. As it attracts moisture, pests can feed on it because it's kind of like our hair and skin cells, which gets nasty. I don't like to think about that component of dust, but it's true.
Okay, so you made some custom tools for getting inside here.
Yeah, so I'll show you a couple of them. Maybe it helps to flip this thing over, look under the hood. So, it's going to be much easier to access a lot of what I need to clean from working below. Another interesting feature that I realized when I turn this thing over, do you see all this kind of gnarly, like fibrous stuff that's adhered there? These typewriters, I read in the patents for these machines, had this like felt or foam.
Like a noise dampener.
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah. So
and that's what that is.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's really degraded now.
It's funny because it looks like rust on first glance.
Yeah, I got pretty nervous looking at these things because I'm like, oh boy.
Does it require stabilization?
It will. There's some like loose felt pads that I'll adhere back down just so we retain as much of that material as we can. But the corrosion underneath either side of these key levers, that's what I'll be targeting, trying to stabilize that.
It's in remarkable shape.
It really is.
for all these years around. That's incredible. So tell me how you start to tackle something.
Yeah, so first things first, I don't know if you've heard much about the treatment proposal process that we start this kind of our treatments.
So when you first get an object, you take a look at it, you assess what you think needs to happen, and then you consult with your colleagues about what that process will actually be?
Yeah, you're hired. So yeah, we get the object in, do a thorough examination, lots of photographic documentation, and then we write something called a treatment proposal, which yes, we will kind of conference with colleagues, but then the curator that oversees the park that stewards this object will get the treatment proposal. They'll see, yes, she said she's going to clean it. She said she's going to do all these things. So that's kind of what stage these objects are at. I've written that proposal. I've sent it to the park. So
I see.
Yeah, now I have to see what they're going to say.
I only knew the answer to your question because I have recently loaned something to the National Air and Space Museum, and I got their treatment proposal, and I made the approvals of how they were going to.
You're a curator,
It was
too.
so
Wow.
much fun to go through that process.
Yeah, so there's a couple things. I'm actually going to flip it back over just
Okay.
to talk about some of the things that I included in the proposal that I think are interesting. So you'll see the Remington up here, that's kind of faded. There's this kind of inherent vice of the interaction between the metallic paint and the plastic surface that's making it pop off. That is an effect of time and degradation. So that is something that I suggested to the curator, if they want to aesthetically improve this object, that I could maybe go in and fill in some of that with a metallic kind of pigment.
And you would do that by hand, not make a slide decal to put over that.
I would do that by hand.
Gotcha.
Yeah, probably under magnification. Whereas something like we see, like the A key is worn out, I did not suggest to fill in that aesthetically, because that is a sign of use. Therefore, very culturally significant.
The difference between age and use, right? Use is the narrative of the object.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And also these two keys, which were originally, I'm guessing, some kind of red dyed paper to mark them. That's another thing. That's a use, age related degradation, which I did include in the proposal. If you want me to, I can I can address that. Yeah.
I mean, because am I right? Red is very poor in terms of its color fastness.
It tends to be very fugitive, yeah.
Fugitive. What
Fugitive.
A great word. Oh my God, that's my word for today. I love this. I never realized that distinction. Of course, it makes sense between age and use and the narrative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So maybe we want to talk about this wonderful mechanism. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to talk about a noiseless typewriter.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this existed.
So a typical typewriter has just like a little axis where the key lever swings from, and the key makes that distinctive clack sound when it swings forward. But these, so when you press a key, it starts down here and it presses this little weight up, which then moves that forward. It kind of pushes it instead of flings it.
Okay.
So we have this silent mechanism.
And it's getting, may I?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So another interesting thing about these strike plates is besides the way that they're striking, so they have two typefaces on them.
I see.
So this key has both a T and a V. So when I press the T, it reaches down to strike the T. And then when I press the V, it reaches up to strike the V.
Oh my gosh. This is V and that's T. It's the same mechanism, but it's hitting at the... I thought that was going to be caps and lower caps, but of course there's not enough here for all 26 letters and numbers.
Yeah, there are also the two cases on that same key. Yeah.
That's mechanically amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've been really cool to study. I've been pulling up, I actually found a technical manual for the noiseless typewriter, and it's just, those exploded diagrams of every little piece in there that kind of make my eyes cross, but.
That aesthetic of the exploded diagrams is like everything I'm ever trying to do with a drawing. It's my favorite thing in the world, and I love finding the old technical manuals.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing.
That is really cool. And so you have not yet gotten back the response to your report.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, so this is you just sort of getting ready for all of the variables that you may encounter.
Exactly.
What do you think is going to be the most difficult part of this for you?
I think, whatever I choose to use in combination. So to do a corrosion reduction, we usually choose some kind of product that has like a low surface tension. It can kind of wet out the corrosion, get between the corrosion and metal interface to kind of loosen it and remove it. So that traditionally is something like a WD-40 or some kind of like lubricating oil or something like that. So I think the main difficulty will be kind of isolating whatever product I use to kind of lubricate that
so
corrosion
that
reduction.
everywhere.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect these like the plastic enameled surfaces.
Right.
Yeah, keeping that all contained, I think is going to be an interesting challenge.
I'm looking at the wear here on the palm rest, and I'm
Exactly.
assuming that falls into your category of use.
You got it, yeah.
And thus you'd leave it.
Yeah.
But you may want to do some preservative on the surface to make sure, or are you looking and seeing if there's corrosion there?
Yeah, I would assess that, see if there's anything, like if this surface is actively flaking, like if it's actively lifting, I might lay it down.
Right.
Yeah, but I would certainly not tone that. I would not add any aesthetic compensation into that area.
I notice it does not have its typewriter ribbon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over here.
They're over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those made me really nervous. They're kind of brittle, and I wanted to remove that from the situation.
Because you can imagine you hit one key, it just turns to dust.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so walk me through some of the custom tools you've built. I'm seeing some really interesting little things.
Yeah, so making custom tools is one of my favorite things about this field. I love to create the right thing for the job. Since I'll have to get into these little crevices without dismantling the machine, you can see there's
look at all that dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, are these the brushes you made for getting in there?
So these I made out of some dismantled acid brushes, took the bristles from those and kind of lined a strip of Japanese paper and glued them around the handle from the acid brush. And then used some shrink wrap tubing to make this perfectly fit in that vacuum hose for our vacuums. So,
that's so cool. So you go in and it draws up in there.
Yeah, and the brush is nice to kind of disturb the dust, to kick it up, and then the vacuum suction will hopefully, draw it out.
Dude, that is really cool. I also love that it seems like the theme here is that you guys trying to use a little bit of Japanese paper in absolutely every last thing that you do.
Yeah, caught on to that. Yeah, we love that stuff. Yeah.
Are these all, these are all vacuums. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that. I mean, for me personally, using a tool that I made for a specific task is one of the most singularly satisfying moments.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Or making a tool for someone else. Like we work so closely in this building.
Right.
So yeah, if I overhear someone like talking about something like, hey, could I, cut that out of brass? Could I, help you out with that? Yeah. So then these, I love these Scotch-Brite pads in different grits. So I knew I needed to kind of make that shape in order to get in between these levers. So tongue depressors and a bit of Scotch-Brite just kind of glued on there, and I'm hoping it'll be the perfect width, especially, turning this thing over to get in between all of those.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm hoping. That's what I've envisioned.
So this is just the first pass. There may be a whole set of other tools you end up with.
Exactly, yeah. This is the
and
prototype.
I notice here on the right, you've gone with one of my favorites, which is multiple zero steel wools.
4-aught.
4-aught, yeah. I keep 4, 3, 2, and 1. I love this stuff.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, I do a lot of, when I'm doing any corrosion reduction, I love a swab. You can roll, I think Elena showed you how to roll a cotton swab.
It's changed my life forever. I'm going to roll all my swabs from now on.
Custom swab. You can also roll a swab with steel wool. Yeah.
Today I learned. That is so amazing.
Yeah.
What are these grids over here for?
Yeah, so I kind of made these again, like anticipating the treatment. So I was anticipating taking, more things apart than I will end up doing. But I have removed a couple screws just to get the covers off. So these are just to keep myself organized. And I've made, like funny little diagrams. Like I'm going to put this tab in here because it's these two screws that I've removed. So, dropping those screws in
right,
there to
right.
kind of keep track of everything. Or like
Oh
these
my
are for the
goodness.
covers. So,
Oh yes, I totally get this.
yeah. So just dropping that in there, put the screws in there, and I know exactly where they go back to.
Phenomenal.
So, yeah.
I do something similar, but it's usually like a white piece of cardboard, and I draw around each one a little
Yeah.
bit what it did. When you were a kid, did you take lots of things apart?
No, that's something that I've been getting into kind of in my conservation journey. I think like really being up close and personal with objects has given me a kind of confidence to understand them on a different level that I never really, I never really had before. So just really like being intimate with things, kind of seeing the range of possibilities when you understand something so well.
Yeah.
It's kind of given me the confidence for the first time to be like, okay, yeah, I'm looking at this thing. I get you. I understand you. So, and then, testing my luck with what screw comes loose and doesn't explode the whole thing.
That is super, super thrilling. Also, I really appreciate your willingness in halfway through your process, because you're only halfway into really getting to know this thing.
Oh yeah, a quarter of the way, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot more time to spend together.
And then I'm sure there are objects you've done work like this on in the past that now sit rent-free. Each time you see one, you're like, I know you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to work at a museum in Philadelphia where I dealt a lot with lock mechanisms, like handmade lock mechanisms.
Yeah.
So now I kind of have I know exactly what a warded lock does and like how it can be set up and what a corresponding key can look like. So yeah, every time I get to know an object like this, it just kind of gets tucked back in my memory for the next time I meet a warded lock or a noiseless typewriter.
Dude, Daisy, this is so thrilling. Thank you so much for walking me through it.
Yeah, of course.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching that video. Stickers! We have 4 brand new sticker packs for sale at adamsavage.com, and we have stickers to satisfy everybody in your life. We have right up front a Welcome Maker sticker pack that's got the tested logo, measure once, cut twice, more tested logos, Adam, Welcome Maker, Savage Industries, San Francisco. This is great for the beginning maker to start to dress up their toolboxes. We also have Logo Mojo with just some of our big tested logos and the Katakana logo and some fun stuff. Oh, dude, that is awesome. I hadn't even seen that one before. Okay, Logo Mojo. Then we've got Atomisms. There's always more room on the Z-axis. The tested, always be knolling. It's not a problem to solve. It's a process to manage. Oh yeah, this is great. And then finally, we've got Stick Happens, which is for the screw-ups. Measure once, curse twice. We've got Adam eating everything in sight. We have Savage Industry logos. Oh yeah, demerit badge for going down the rabbit hole. The worn out tested Katakana logo. Dude, there are stickers here to satisfy every sticker fetish in your life. AdamSavage.com. I cannot wait to see in the comments what you have adorned with these stickers. Thank you. Back to your YouTube rabbit holes.